Hello, it's me, Maven. If it sounds like I'm sick, it's because I am. But I wanted to talk about two games. These two games are Journey and Sable. Now, what do these two games have in common? What these two games have in common is that you play someone that is embarking on a rite of passage by partaking in a journey. The character you play has a red cape, their face is concealed by a mask, they glide across the desert and discover ancient ruins and artifacts, and you can vaguely piece together a history of the world. And the journey is the main goal of the game. First, let's talk about Journey. So Journey is a game where you play as this thing and you go off on a journey. In this game, you are constantly moving and exploring. Now, what makes this game unique is that there is forced co-op, and the only way that you can communicate with each other is through a single note that your character can sing. And so with these limitations, you kind of have to be creative and patient with the other person. And the biggest downside to all this is getting attached to the other player. When I was recording this, there seemed to be like a newer player with me, and I felt responsible for them, so I tried to help them out. However, there were some things that they couldn't figure out, and my hand was starting to hurt, and I had to leave while this player was struggling the most, and I felt very bad. For me, there was something very compelling about trying to help this other person out and having this other person help me in my times playing the game. It could be anybody, you know? I could be playing with someone from another country that works at a car dealership, or maybe I'm playing with some college student who's killing time in between classes at their dorm or something. I was legitimately crying the majority of my first playthrough because I felt like we were all being stripped down to our purest form, which is like our souls, whatever that may be. And, we're just working together and helping each other out, which is kind of what I wish was easier to do in real life. If you have the opportunity, please play this game. It's very short, by the way. It's like really short. Alright, now let's talk about Sable. Are you like me? Did you ever like Rey from Star Wars? Did you like her so much you had posters of her all over your room? Did you ever wish that you just stayed on her planet and ran around going on adventures with BB-8? Did you just see the scene and wish it was the rest of the movie? Well, have I got a game for you. So I've had my eye on this game for a while, and when I saw that it had been released and I was doing more research to see if I could justify purchasing it, I saw this article, and as I was reading it, I was like, oh my god, they made this game for me! I bought it and I was so happy, and when I started the game and I just saw this opening scene, I knew this was going to be special. In this game, you play as a young girl who's about to embark on a coming-of-age ritual where she goes off on her gliding. And what gliding is that she can go off and explore the world for as long as she'd like until she decides what she wants to be for the rest of her life. You go off, you can find many occupations from machinists to cartographers and so on. You have your glider, which is like your little hover bike in this world, and what they emphasize in this game is you have a spiritual connection to it. Throughout the game, you find masks that represent different occupations, and also you can find different ways to buy new glider parts and customize them through like dye and different parts. This part is fun because some of the gliders have different statistics and they have different physics to them on how they glide across the world. The game plays like Breath of the Wild. You can wall climb and you can glide and you can look around for these little chum eggs in exchange for more stamina, kind of like Koroks, and it's super cute. There is so much to explore and you can meet different people and there's some really nice dialogue that can happen. Like in the beginning, there's this little brat that steals something you need and you have to give her something in return. And when you do, she lowers her little brattiness and she starts crying because she's gonna miss you when you leave. You know, like acting like a kid would. And another character that particularly sticks out to me is this retired guard that is going off on her own personal gliding. Even though she's a lot older, she still wants to go off and discover herself, and kind of showing that it's never too late to discover new things about yourself or new interests or occupations you want to do. Also, I think last December there was an update, and now there is a fishing minigame if you're interested in that. Also, as an artist, I absolutely adore how this game looks. It seems to be mostly inspired by the artist Mobius, who has made art for movies like Alien and The Fifth Element. You can see the influences of all of these things in this game, and it's so beautiful to see. From the setting, to the art, to the overall message of the game, I feel like this game was made specifically for me, and I'm so happy for this gift of a game in my life. And if you have the opportunity to either play Journey or Sable, I implore you to do so. Unfortunately, neither of these games play on the Nintendo Switch. It would be amazing, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Take care!